Welcome to Lunes Live. We are back with another jam-packed episode. We see some individual asshole is excited, ready to hear what we have to talk about. No, we won't be talking about the Chiefs blowing out the shit out of or blowing out the Raiders 31-0. That was embarrassing enough. Joe does not need us to talk about that, but we will give you our takeaways from NFL Week 7. The Chargers lose to the Colts at home. I got a firsthand look at the Colts, and I was pretty impressed with what Shane Steichen is doing with that team. And no, the individual that's on the sideline had nothing to do with them winning, Gilberto. But all right, the Rams also take it to the Jaguars. So the Jaguars beat the Chiefs, and then they lose to the Seahawks at home. Then they have a home game in London against the Rams and lose that game. Okay, who the hell are the Jaguars? We'll get into that. Plus some blowouts, upsets, and some chaos from Week 7, and why neither one of us, I think, believe in a team that pulled off a 33-point fourth quarter comeback. But we'll get into all of that. All right, Gilberto, don't you have an engagement question for our viewers and or listeners?
Yes, I do. But after that intro, Fernando, there is so much to talk about that maybe we will forget about.
And some
the
of the games were
Raiders.
kind of crappy.
Yeah, but there's a lot of chaos. So Joe, maybe no Raiders today. I know that will be okay with you. But let us know, Joe, if you've given up on the Raiders and you're looking for a new team to root for. Have we gotten that far? That's not the engagement question. That's a Joe Morley question. But for the engagement question of the week, watching the legend Shohei Ohtani, it got me thinking, Fernando. Game 4, 3 home runs, 10 strikeouts, 6 innings pitched. I know baseball, Fernando. What would Travis Hunter need to do to match that? Like, I think it has to be in a playoff game. He has to have maybe a couple or a Super Bowl, a couple pick sixes and a couple touchdowns.
Two picks, 1 pick six, 2 receiving touchdowns. No, 1 receiving touchdown and 100 receiving yards.
Yeah, and maybe like a trick play touchdown pass just to add to it, because the Shohei did that on the biggest stage. I don't know, but it got me thinking. Victor got us thinking too with that one there. What does Travis Hunter need
that
to
one
do
game, one performance? He had been doing all bad. He had been doing bad in the playoffs, and that one game just turned it all around for him. I mean, that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, I don't really watch baseball like that, but when I was watching that game, I was like, whoa, like I got to soak that in. That's actually kind of legendary stuff you might not see again. But it's about football, not baseball. So, but that's the question for today's Lunes Live, because there's a lot to overreact or to maybe underreact. I don't know. I feel like we speak a lot of sense here. We're speaking our languages here, Fernando, because everybody wants to prop up these Broncos here, but we'll get to them eventually.
Yeah, no, we will. On the other side, I was at SoFi Stadium yesterday to watch the belt to ass that the Indianapolis Colts and Shane Steichen gave to the Chargers, 38-24. Danny Dimes, 23 of 34, 288, 2 touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor, 16 carries, 94 yards, 3 touchdowns. Alec Pierce, 5 catches, 98 yards. On the other side, Justin Herbert, 37 of 55, 420, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. He was the leading rusher with 6 carries, 31 rushing yards. Oronde Gadsden, Gilbert, he was a 5th-round pick, 7 catches, 164, 1 touchdown. Keenan Allen, 11 receptions, 119, 1 touchdown. Gilbert, I will definitely. I think, by the way, I think Oronde is tight end too. Like Ty Warren is first.
Oh, okay.
And I would have to say Oronde has to be the second. And I think he was like the 9th or the 10th one selected. But Oronde so far, the Broncos game, the Dolphins game last week, and this game has really shown that he is, if used properly, he could be a weapon for the Chargers. But do you want to start this off and give me your thoughts?
There's a lot to unpack here. And I know we've been saying like the Chargers are going to be fine. But now I'm having a lot of doubts, Fernando, and obviously you could let me know if I'm overreacting here. But when you have a game where your defense couldn't do anything, we know the offensive line is going to be bad. But what happened to the defense of the first 3 weeks here that was shutting out teams and containing them? And then you get Khalil Mack back, you get Denzel Perriman back, and your run defense is still that crappy. Uh, Part of me wants to chalk it up to a really good coaching plan by Shane Steichen, who knows the Chargers very well. What are you laughing about? The Chargers getting their butts whipped or what?
I guess I can root for the Colts. Pretty close to Bolts, especially with an Indian accent while nodding my head. LMAO. So
Oh,
Mehul, we learned last night, he's in India. He lives in
okay.
India, and the Chargers played at 2:30 in the morning his time, and he's like, it
Oh,
wasn't even worth getting like he's like I was like Dan and I felt so bad for him, but I apologize. That comment just like made me laugh. But sorry, Gilbert, go back to what you
I don't
were.
want to butcher this person's name. Is it Mahul? You said Fernando?
Mahul is what I think. Mahul,
Mahul.
that is your name, correct?
Yeah, you got the right approach there. Probably better to get some sleep than watch what the Chargers did on Sunday or Monday your time. I forget. But yeah, I just need to know what's going on with this defense. Can this defense be repaired? I think so, because you don't just fall off a cliff like that out of nowhere. They got healthier. Maybe it's a game for Khalil Mack to adjust to get better. Maybe same thing with Denzel Perriman. The coverage is pretty bad too. The run defense is horrendous. So
Special teams has been terrible too.
there's a lot. And I'll say this, this game was a little like I expected. Not 38 points, not really what I expected, but what I was writing, I said, all right, run the football, get it out to a big league Colts, and when you get into this offensive, shootout, you're gonna win because Justin Herbert does not have the offensive line to hold up. And to his credit, he got 420 yards, passing yards, whatever. But he took hit after hit after hit. You're not gonna win football games with a decimated offensive line. You have zero chance when your defense can't stop a nosebleed. So to me, I don't know what's going on with Jesse Minter. A month ago, we are saying Jesse Minter is going to get a head coaching job in the NFL. Not so fast. We'll see if he'll turn it around. I think he can. I think he's a great, a good coach there with some good players. But it's been pretty bad since what? Maybe part of that Broncos game. You kind of saw a little bit of shades of it, and then obviously it fell apart against the Giants, Commanders, and then obviously with the Colts here. So I don't know,
No, even
Fernando.
in the Miami game.
Miami game too. Yeah, that's another one. I'm losing track here. I want to try to be positive here, but when that defense plays like that, you have no chance of contending. And to me, I don't know how to fix it. We were saying wait till the healthy bodies come back. They did, and it didn't change anything.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. I mean, the defense only had they only got 2 punts. They only forced 2 punts yesterday. I think a lot of what's hurting these guys is just the bad play all around. Like Deion Henley hasn't been the same since that Raiders game. There's been something off with him. And then you look at kind of like I see shades of the Derwin James that played with Brandon Staley in that final year of Brandon Staley, where they're asking Derwin to do too much. And it's kind of like he was doing better when he was simplified. I think that's what's happening as well. I think there's a lot of blown assignments, like, and I don't know who it is. Like, it seems like there's something that the players want to say when you talk, and there's no finger pointing happening because Derwin was right. There, he's like, we played like shit, but there's something's disconnected there, and we don't know who it is because there's a lot of blown coverages. Ty Warren, on his 3 or 4 catches that he had, he was wide open in all of them. And in one of those, I went back and I saw Deion kind of bit on the play action, and he was open down on the right hand side. I'm not saying it's just on Deion; it's everybody. I mean, they're going very light defensive line packages, and I feel like that hurts them too. I think teams are saying, okay, they're gonna go light. Well, let's run the football at them, and that's kind of where they're struggling to they go light, and that's what's happening as well. So I'm really wondering what Jesse Minter is going to be judged now moving forward about how he can get this defense fixed. His zone coverage, I feel like, has gotten a little bit found out. Like the quarterbacks are starting to throw the ball more down the field, and that's where they're getting they're taking advantage of it. And I just don't know what they're going to be able to do to fix it. But I guess all the players were kind of counting on the whole, oh, well, it's a short week. We don't have to just keep on watching that Colts game. Now we focus on the Minnesota Vikings. But I do know that Justin did deserve a little like some blame yesterday. There's I don't know what it is about him, but like he throws it sidearm sometimes, and the ball gets popped up, and it got intercepted. And then the one in the end zone, that was on him to Quentin Johnson. That was totally on him. By the way, I was in that end zone when that play happened because we were waiting for the Antonio Gates thing. So I was like watching it, and I thought Quentin had come down with it. I was like, oh, okay, there you go, touchdown. You're going to come out in the half. Ends up that it was a pick. And I thought Justin forced it there. 1, 2. The play call was also terrible. I didn't like anything of what I saw from that play call. When I watched the play over again, I'm like, why did he have them do that? And then they ran almost the exact same kind of play with Quentin on the next drive that they had after halftime, and they actually scored a touchdown on it. But I just thought that Justin did a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. In the first half, it was ugly. In the second half, he just came out, went balls to the walls, and just started lighting it up and doing exactly what they should have been doing from the beginning. The only problem is you ask them to throw 35 times again, or 55 times. They keep on asking him to do too much. They keep on asking him to put on the cape, and sometimes there's just not enough. Look at Danny Dimes. It was a balance between Jonathan Taylor and him. Jonathan Taylor went untouched multiple times in that end zone. That's another thing that's been happening to them a lot lately, is that guys are going untouched and scoring long touchdowns. But on the offensive side of things, and then Greg Roman, I think some people were not happy with what Greg Roman said earlier today, Gilbert, because obviously there was only 2 turnovers in the game, and both of the turnovers were on what's his name, on Justin. And so Greg Roman said, I thought we moved the ball well. We just can't turn the ball over. That's the bottom line. So obviously fans are now attacking him because the only person that turned the ball over was Justin Herbert. So so now they're kind of coming at him for that. But I thought we can call it a spade a spade. I mean, obviously, I haven't thought Greg Roman's plans have been very good. I mean, he's had moments, but I have not seen a game yet, except for the Chiefs game, where I've thought all 4 quarters they did a really good job of moving the football. So Joe Alt supposedly should be coming back this week. We'll see about Trey Pipkins, but obviously with those 2 guys back, it should be a huge boost for them, especially playing the Vikings. But they're lucky, Gilbert, that the rest of the AFC hasn't been very good. So there's still time to kind of catch up at this point. So yeah, I mean, there's still a long road to go, but they are kind of teetering on, especially because that offensive line. I mean, Herbert got hit another 15 times, and then you have Roman and Harbaugh going up there and saying, well, we believe in Bradley Bozeman. We believe in the offensive line. We believe that this team can win. And Derek Togerson, my former coworker from NBC yesterday, asked Jim, do you believe that this team can win football games or whatever? And he goes, yeah, I do. He's like, because we keep on fighting. He's like, can you show me an example of that? And Jim's like, well, I just did. And he kind of pressed him 2 or 3 times. So, and yes, that was Derek Togerson. So don't some people like to give other people credit, but yeah, I'm really interested to see what this Thursday is going to look like. And you're going to have a front row seat to it, Gilbert, because I'm definitely interested to see what Chargers team decides to show up on Thursday.
Yeah, it's prime time. So, when the lights are bright, I tend to come out and, and show off my hair that Joe has mentioned here. Thank you for the shout out. I don't use Tres Flores, but maybe I should. Maybe it gets a little more.
What's Tres Flores? I haven't even heard of it.
It's like a gel, I think, right? Yeah. What's the one with the monkey? The
Moco de Gorilla.
Yeah, there you go. I don't use that either.
Gorilla. Yeah. By the way, I do have Justin's right shoulder looked a little higher than his left one when he exited the locker room yesterday. So you can basically understand what that means, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So that is a little bit of cause for concern. I mean, I had somebody today tell me, "Oh, I wouldn't be surprised." Oh, no, never mind. Just crazy stuff. But any final thoughts?
It's a Thursday game, yeah, and I'll be quick here. A little bit of maybe positivity and looking ahead, and I'll be real. It looks bad. It's a terrible defense right now. I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything, but then you brought up the Broncos and the Chiefs and the AFC West, and it's like the Chiefs are flexing their muscles right now. They're 4-3. The Broncos are 5-2, first place. Guess what? The Chargers beat both of those teams. So the AFC West is still up for grabs. So that's the positivity there. A little bit of a preview, which I know you will get to on What's Up Bolts with your brother Dan, who must have been fired up after that game there.
Well, and he was there.
I don't know if you saw the video of the new Colts owner, just high-fiving people, shaking hands, saying, "Yeah, big time W here." Anyways, yeah, the good thing is you're playing Carson Wentz on Thursday. He tends to give you opportunities for a pick six or a scoop and score fumble. He likes to turn over the ball. The Chargers better be freaking ready for that because if Wentz is playing clean football, good luck trying to stop Addison and Justin Jefferson. So you need to pounce on that.
By the way, the Colts are legit. I
don't know if we're having that conversation right now or later, but I'm ready.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad. Okay, yeah, we'll have it. We'll have it in a bit. Gilbert,
I agree.
Let's go over to the Rams real quick. Rams 35-7 over the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's go over some stats. Matthew Stafford 21 of 33, 182, and he scored 5 touchdowns. 3 of them to Devontae Adams. Gilbert, not a lot of offense needed to be used here because the Jacksonville Jaguars had nothing for them. The Jacksonville Jaguars actually had more yards than the Rams did, and Matthew Stafford still threw for 5 touchdowns. There were times where I was seeing what he was throwing, and I'm like, dude, what is this guy on? Like, he just kept on making great passes, and I was just really impressed by Matthew Stafford and the way that team played. They went to London again. They showed up, I think the night before the game. They went to the game. They left as soon as they only stopped for a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, and then they left. Gilbert, what were your impressions of the game?
Yeah, first of all, I was a little surprised that they didn't go to London earlier because I know the ownership group there, Kroenke, owns Arsenal, I want to say. And I thought they might have used the opportunity to kind of cross the two teams there for shaking hands.
He's thrown 17 touchdowns and only has 2 picks, Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, he's doing well. I know a couple of weeks ago I said, a couple of weeks ago I said I'd rather have Puka Nacua as the MVP candidate over Matthew Stafford. It's hard to say that after what Stafford did without Puka Nacua in this game here. And honestly, and I think Sean McVay alluded to this, when they have Puka Nacua, Stafford makes it a habit to just force feed him, high volume, a lot of targets, and that works for the most part. Stafford is pretty good lean on one direction, and it doesn't really hinder the offense like we saw with Megatron, Cooper Kupp. But I think this team is a lot more, dangerous to defend when a lot more players get involved. Devontae Adams had 3 touchdowns, but they were only for I want to say all 3 of them for 2 yards or less. He only had 35 yards catching. 10 players.
Oh, the Ferguson one. The Ferguson 31 yards.
That was great, 31 yards. The other rookie, Muntfield, got a touchdown for, I think, 6 yards, I forget. But 10 guys were involved. Not all the passes were to Devontae Adams. When you spread the ball around, Stafford is pretty lethal like that. So to me, if you get more of a running attack with Kyron Williams, once Puka Nacua comes back, keep doing the same thing. Play some 13 personnel. Have 2 tight end sets out there, 2 wide receivers, and boom, 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 go. You have no idea where the ball is going. So to me, I like what they showed in London. They beat down the Jaguars. I know the Jaguars lost to the Seahawks, but they're still a talented team. That's their home turf. They like to play in London. They were there for the whole week, and they got beat down. So to me, it was probably their best game of the season. I can't think of another one. Well, I guess They beat the Colts, but the Colts game was a little lucky. That was a SoFi Stadium. They're actually they swept the entire AFC South, so like you could put that on a resume, I guess, if you want. But it was a good victory. And then I bet you, Fernando, a lot of teams are going to copy the blueprint of going to London the day before, training in the East Coast for about a week, and then taking off. So to me, it was well executed all around.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. Matthew Stafford, I think, has entered the MVP conversation. I still think my guy Baker Mayfield is at the top of that one, but Matthew definitely is still playing well. I know that the back and all those other injuries are kind of up and down, and people always talk about him, but as of right now, he's playing well. I think here he kind of learned to learn how to play with. He still needed to learn how to play with. He still needed to learn how to oh my god, I can't. I definitely think that he learned how to play with Devontae. Sometimes you kind of need, because Puka kind of dominates the offense. They needed to learn how to play without him, and I feel like this was a good game for him. So I thought that they were good. Their defense played well. Man, I'm not surprised, but I am surprised by the Jags. I mean, at the end of the day, I wonder what they think about the team moving forward. I mean, the Cons obviously are not patient people, so I wonder, because they made the play for Greg Newsome and the cornerback that actually they sent to Cleveland in exchange for Greg Newsome. He picked off two and returned it to the house for a pick six. So I thought that was pretty interesting as well. But yeah, Gilbert, that was definitely my 2 cents on that. I definitely think that the Rams are one of the better teams. I still don't know if I can call them a Super Bowl contender yet. Yeah. But I definitely think that they are a contender in the NFC, where I think that they could be one of those teams that is lethal down the stretch. But the more and more they keep on learning how to play together, Devontae, Puka, and Matthew Stafford, I think the better they'll get. Obviously, their offensive line needs to protect Matthew and not let him take hits, which so far they've been doing. But yeah, that was a good game by them, and obviously they come home. They're on the bye week right now.
Yeah, they're in a bye week. And last thing before we get to the Broncos, because I think we want to both discuss the Broncos at length here before we have Victor. And it's kind of a good connection with the Broncos. I think a lot of the national media people, and again, I'm a part of that, but I like to put myself away from that sometimes. They like to hype up the Broncos, and I think the Rams are kind of like that sometimes on the NFC side because of all the players they have on the roster. And now that they're 5-2, I bet you when they come back from the bye week, it's gonna be like, look at those Rams. The Rams are gonna be the best team in the NFC. They didn't lose during the bye week. Obviously, you can't do that, so they're gonna be looking good for 2 weeks. But I still have a lot of question marks about this team. So I'm with you when you say I don't know if they're a Super Bowl contender, but hey, they look pretty damn good in London. They're 5-2. They handle business against the AFC South. I can't get over the 49ers loss. I can't get over the Eagles loss. Like, you still got to beat an NFC team, right? So just watch out for that. For the next 2 weeks, they're going to be talked about. They're going to move up in power rankings. They're going to be, which is tomorrow, I think, on Tuesday, and they're going to be the darlings of the national media. I just know it because when you have a team that has Stafford on one side, you have a loaded front, you have Sean McVay as the coach, it just comes with the territory. But I think when they were down for a bit, the hype kind of fizzled out for a little bit, but I think it's going to come back right away.
We're a week-to-week league, Gilbert. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, the Chiefs lost to the Jags, and then it's a weird year where you don't know who the best teams are. I mean, there's some teams that are winning, some teams that are losing. Like, it's just a weird season. Speaking of the Broncos, before we get started on now we're going to get started. Ray Greenlaw has just been suspended for one game for his first game back, Gilbert, and look at what he did after the game. Here he comes, right. Watch the official. Right here. Watch the guy in the white hat.
Did he? Oh.
Supposedly he threatened him.
I didn't even see that. Oh.
So my question is, Gilbert, in a situation like this, he throws the flag. You see the ref throw the flag. Why wouldn't you do the personal foul, have them back? I know the game's already been won, supposedly. Back them up the 15 yards and have them kick it again. I mean, what's that flag for? I mean,
He must be mad about that final drive for Jackson Dart, which it was a horrendous drive by Dart, but they
yeah,
got bailed out a couple of times by the flags, and I think that's why he was pissed off. That's my guess. Remember, Champagne got
yeah,
a flag
yeah,
too for chirping at the end there. There was
yeah,
a PI call that I think they didn't agree with. It was a lot of the calls were ticky tack. Even the roughing the passer. I don't know if he was the one that hit Dart. I doubt it. But there you couldn't slow down. Dart was about to throw it. I hate that rule sometimes because it's just bang bang, and
oh,
it didn't seem
sorry.
like he went into it, but that led to more yards there. So we'll get into the game, but I think that's why Greenlaw was pissed off. There was a lot of flags in that final drive for the Giants.
Yeah, no, I completely. Oh, by the way, I do have to bring back the Colts game real quick. What really screwed them, or the point of the game that I was surprised at, the one where the Colts go for it on fourth down and they hand it to Jonathan Taylor. He gets stopped right before the line. They say Charger ball, and then they say video assist has just come in and said that he had a first down. But then you go back and look at the replay, he didn't have a first down. So that's the one incident where I'm sure Jim Harbaugh like clipped it and sent it to the league, and he's like, "What the hell is this?" Because the Colts players had gone to the bench and the defense was out there. The Charger offense was there. They were going to get the ball at their own like 37-yard line, or on the Colts 37-yard line. And then even Shane Steichen kind of looks and goes, "Oh, okay, let's go. Come on, offense, get out there." So that was a little that was weird. Because did you see what TJ Hawkinson said yesterday?
No.
Oh, okay. Hold on. You know what? We're gonna the Broncos can go somewhere else. Watch this. This here goes the play. So TJ Hawkinson was came out and he said that there's a play that he was mad at the officials. This is the play.
What was
Here
it?
it
The
is.
touchdown?
Yeah, so watch this. So he catches it, right?
I don't think so. But
Well,
well,
it survived okay. So that
it moved
happened.
too much, at
I
least to me.
I have another. So, well, this is the controversy here that that everybody's talking about. Hawkinson then after the game is asked about the incident, and this is what he had to say about the incident. Hold on, and then we'll get to the Broncos real quick. This is what he had to say.
It was overturned, but even the look on your face when you were watching the replay, just how incredulous it was even watching it secondhand. What are your feelings on that?
I mean, there's nothing to overturn it. I mean, I was out there. I felt it. I mean, hands under the ball, snag it, and I don't understand. I don't obviously understand the catch rule at this point. Jay had one like the exact same thing last year in the corner of the end zone. So they got to figure it out. It's New York can't call in and say that it's not a catch when every other ref out there says it is. I mean, that's all it is to it. That's all there is to it. We're giving us an op at the end, but. I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, it's this whole thing. You can't have.
And the funny part is, Gilbert, look at this. Obviously, fans have to go to this.
Ball moves when it hits.
Was that a catch? I forget.
That Kelsey one was a catch. The Hawkinson one wasn't. So, real quick. So, Hawkinson said that the official told him, "Hey, dude, we think it's a catch. New York says it's not a catch. So we have to go with what New York says."
I don't like that. I think Hawkinson has a point. If the
Yeah.
guys on the field all agree unanimously, I say you go with that.
Yeah, I completely agree. Sorry for hijacking it, Vic. I I thought that was pretty interesting. I saw that this morning. I'm like, wow, like Hawkinson.
Honestly, the final thing I could say to this, I know we got to move on because a lot of this doubleheader tonight. If the ball freaking moves, you're going to open it up for debate. And that, I'm sorry, like that ball moved for Hawkinson. And, like, I get it. Once you're in the end zone and you have some type of possession, it means it's going to be a touchdown. But if it moves any type of way, it's going to open the door for controversy. So maybe the way that you got to tell these players, just don't let that damn thing move. Don't let the ball move and you'll get it. But even then, you never know.
I will let you have a quick thing, Gilbert. Broncos win 33-32 on a 39-yard Will Lutz field goal. The Broncos score 33 points in the fourth quarter. Jackson Dart 15-33, 283, 3 touchdowns. Bo Nix 27-50, 279, 2 touchdowns. Gilbert, are the Broncos legit, or was this all a figment of people's imagination?
Look, they're definitely pretenders. I know it's not the best time to criticize Bo Nix. I know it's not the best time to crap on the Broncos parade because they're 5-2. Credit to them. They're winning these damn games. There's nothing you can do about your schedule. But I can't help it. I can't overlook the fact that they were down 19-0 at home against a team led by a bunch of rookies, a losing team. I know they beat the Chargers and they beat the Eagles, but you're supposed to have a dominant defense. How do you let this young team go 19-0? How do you let Bo Nix, your offense, not score anything into the fourth quarter? I get it. The fourth quarter was great. 33 points is a lot of points here, but I can't just overlook all the issues here. Bo Nix is too inconsistent. Look at his passing completion. I think it was 54%. He threw the ball 50 times. He completed about half, I think 27 out of 50. You barely beat the Jets that just got the doors or whether smacked off their whatever you want to call it, whatever. I can't find a word to say how bad the Jets are because they got the roofs blown off their house, whatever they have trying to say. Who did they play? I know they lose every single week. Their own 7.
The Panthers.
Panthers beat them. I know it wasn't by a lot now I think about it, but they're 0-7, and you lost. I mean, you won by 2 points, and then week 1 you barely beat the Tennessee Titans. You barely beat the Giants. There are just too many red flags here. And going back to the Bo Nix debate here, and I just want to remind people, I'm not crapping on people's ceiling. Like I think the jury's still out to how good Bo Nix can be. It's only year 2. I'm not here to say he's never going to be a superstar. He's not a superstar yet. I'm not sure if he'll ever get there. I remember a couple of weeks ago I said, all right, I've seen enough of Bryce Young. Bryce Young is year 3 already. He's never going to be a superstar quarterback. He's going to be at best a game manager. I feel comfortable saying that. It's year 3. Year 2 is too soon, and we're talking about this with Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Caleb Williams, and we kind of made Bo Nix an afterthought. But I'll give him credit. He was a gamer. He had 4 total touchdowns. He could run the football a lot better than I thought when he came out of Oregon. I bet that surprised Sean Payton too. He has a good scheme to get him out on the move, on the bootlegs and run. Jackson Dart, by the way, that final drive, there were so many opportunities to just take off and run for the freaking football or run for the first down. And he wouldn't do it. He could just throw in these freaking bombs. They were just so erratic. But he got bailed out with the flags, like I mentioned, Fernando. But going back to Bo Nix, he's a little erratic too, a little more composed, more seasoned. That's why he got that credit coming out of Oregon, Auburn, 6 years of college experience, and he knows how to run a complex Sean Payton scheme. He did have a good amount of deep balls that got him back in the game. Great throws, by the way. Troy Franklin, Marvin Mims, Cortland Sutton, Evan Ingram got involved. I'm not trying to take anything away from the kid, but he's still too up and down. He's not a superstar quarterback. This Broncos defense is not a superstar defense. And we could talk about this another day, Fernando. I don't know if we're ever going to see a Super Bowl team that wins just off defense alone. It's been a very long time. The last team that comes to mind was 2015 Denver Broncos.
Yeah,
that's about it. It's all quarterbacks. It's pretty pass heavy. So you got to have a superstar quarterback. Bo Nix is not that yet. Again, I'm not crapping on this guy's ceiling. I'm not crapping that he'll ever get there. He's just not there. And then when you don't have a defense that's supposed to be lights out, what do you really have? They just seem like a one and done playoff team. Can they win a playoff game? Maybe if the defense is on, maybe Bo Nix, has a great game. But to me, I don't get it. I don't buy the Super Bowl hype. I know I'm picking the wrong time to crap on them. Great game by Bo Nix. Great game for the Broncos, but you still allowed 32 points. You were down 19-0. You needed an epic comeback against the New York Giants of all teams. You barely beat the Jets before that. You barely beat the Titans before that. I just don't see it. They're not a special defense, and they don't have a superstar quarterback. What do they have? They have a good playoff team, and that's about it.
Couldn't have said it better myself. All right, let us get Vic, the producer, in here, and let us do some of these things. Hello, Vic. How are you?
I'm doing good. And then just to add to what Gilbert was talking about too, it's not just Gilbert the one that's piling on the Broncos. I mean, and Bo Nix. The stats tell you for Bo Nix that hasn't been an accurate passer. He's the worst passer trying to throw the ball more than 10 yards since he came in. So I mean, I get Bronco fans are sensitive about their quarterback, and I understand that, but at the same time, it's like the stats tell you that watch the game and it'll tell you what is going on with them and why. Honestly, Sean Payton's doing a great job. The problem is that I think he put this on himself by what he said before the season started. He put the pressure on his team, and I mean that's why people like Gilbert are criticizing them.
Vic, real quick, he kind of reminds me, and I don't know if this is a knock or not, but he reminds me of Ryan Tannehill. I can't find the good comparison for Bo Nix. He's mobile, little shaky as a passer, could throw the ball downfield once in a while, like you mentioned, but also very inaccurate. Like I haven't seen the flashes where I think like, oh man, like we got something special right here. And maybe people saw that yesterday. I just didn't.
Actually, the guy I think about is Alex Smith.
Yeah, but I think Bo has a little more juice, at least with the athleticism, a little more legs. And I remember Ryan Tannehill was like pretty underrated with that aspect. I think he was a wide receiver in college. I forget, but but maybe as a passer, that could be his future, which is not bad either.
Yeah. All right, guys. I know we're on a time crunch here, so I'm gonna just keep it to one question here on fact or fiction. Both of you guys, you wrote about the Colts, Gilbert, Fernando. You were there. You talked about it earlier in the show as well. But the Colts are the biggest threat to the Chiefs in the AFC.
Yeah, I know Fernando started this conversation, but I agree. I honestly want to say the Colts might be the best team in the AFC. It's hard to go all in for a surprise team that I haven't seen in the playoffs. Like Shane Steichen's never been in a playoff game either. That one, the first year, they felt short in Week 18 against the Texans. And I think that was a fourth down conversion they didn't get. So, it's just when the Chiefs are losing one-score games, they're not winning the margins, they're not winning the small details. Like that's when the Chiefs are mighty, and people are trying to say they're back, they're here, they're going to take over. I'm just not there yet, and me saying that, who tends to side with the Chiefs there, it's just they're a different team. They got to find a new identity. Maybe it's going back to old school Mahomes where he airs it out. He looked pretty damn good with Rashee Rice back in there. But they're not going to be the team that lets you make the mistake. They're not going to be the team that wins the one-score games. They're not going to be the team that has situational football. They've been pretty sloppy in crunch time. So it's anybody's game. And when you have an elite offense like the Colts, is that accurate to say? When I haven't seen them in a playoff game, elite offense, they're pretty damn good. They lit up the Chargers defense. I think they've been held under 29 points only one time this season. They scored 20 points against the Rams in that one loss there. A game they probably should have won. I do worry about Daniel Jones. He made a nice throw to Alec Pierce to ice out that game yesterday. When Jonathan Taylor is clicking and Daniel Jones is doing his job, they got weapons. They got Michael Pittman. Tyler Warren, like Fernando mentioned, has been the best rookie tight end. So to me, I'm buying. It's one of these stocks that you don't know where they're going to go. F it. I kind of like that it's a surprise team in the AFC finally. And to your credit, Victor, when we were doing our prediction, and it was like the Texans, Ravens, Chiefs, and who's the other team that usually wins? The Bills. You're like, that's not going to happen. Let's try to switch it up. And you got people to switch it up. I didn't. And you know what? I am enjoying the surprises here. And I think the Colts are going to handle the AFC South. And I think they might be good in the AFC playoffs. So we'll see.
Fernando, I know you talked about it, but can you add to what you saw yesterday? And or is it someone else the biggest threat?
No, I do think it's the Colts. The Colts and the Chargers haven't seen the Chiefs in the playoffs, but because I know I've said before that maybe but could be the Colts. I mean, the Colts haven't seen them, and then they were missing Josh Downs yesterday, who's their third down receiver, who Daniel Jones likes to go to. He's kind of a gadget player. He should be there. They play in a couple weeks, the Chiefs and the Colts, so that'll be an interesting game.
They're 3-0 against the AFC West.
So in Arrowhead, that'll be an interesting matchup for them and see if they can handle it. Now, huh?
Do you know if it's prime time game?
No, I don't think it is.
They should.
Oh, actually, no.
Flex
I think it is.
Oh, okay. Wow, got lucky with that one then.
I think it is. It's oh no, it's a 10 a.m. game on November 23rd. Oh wow, that's in a month. My bad.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's gonna get. Let's see.
Yeah, I think to be flexed
November
out too.
23rd.
Yeah, you still
Well,
have
actually, who knows? Because Thanksgiving is that week,
Yeah.
and they're on Thanksgiving. They
yeah.
are. So. Oh no, it's Tampa Bay at the Rams. That's a Sunday night game. There's no way they're
what
gonna
about
move.
the
That's a good one.
what
yeah.
about the
Thursday night Buffalo at Houston. They're not even that.
Monday night? You can still flex Monday
Carolina
night games.
Carolina at San Francisco.
That might well no. Yeah.
No, because they play on Thursday night for
Mm.
so it's gonna be a 10 a.m. game.
All right.
They might
good game.
get down. They might get
Chargers are on their
flexed
bye week
to
that week.
425 though.
Yeah, 125 game
Yeah,
start.
Yeah.
125. You have Philadelphia at Dallas. Yeah, that ain't
Never
happening.
mind. All right, let's all wake up and enjoy Chiefs Colts at 10 a.m.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, for the final thing, I was just really impressed. Shane Steichen has always been a details-oriented guy, and Charger fans were trying to feed me this bullshit of, we wish he would have stayed. You guys didn't want him. You guys thought he was boring. You guys thought he was bland. You guys thought he was too vanilla. I remember all that stuff. So Shane has really he's really grown up. I thought he did really well with Justin his rookie year. He did really well with Jalen Hurts. And then he's now done well with Danny Dimes. And it comes to show you that ownership was the reason, or that GM were they thrusted Anthony Richardson upon Shane Steichen. You can totally tell if that's what happened. I don't think Shane had anything to do with that pick, because this is the kind of quarterback that Shane wants. A quarterback who's athletic, who can move in the pocket, who has a big arm and can make decisions. I know that's who we're describing Danny Dimes as, but it's a combination of everything. Their interior of their offensive line is nasty. Their tackles are good, are serviceable. They're good. And then their receivers are very good. They have a great tight end. They have, and remember, Chicago had the opportunity to draft Ty Warren. They decided to go with Coastal Loveland. And now that's that. Shavarius Ward went on IR with a concussion. He should be back by that Chiefs game, so that's going to be huge to see. But I was just really impressed with them. Their defense isn't like, they have some good players, but their defense needs to step it up a little bit. I'm sure they're going to make a trade or two for their defense, because it's going to need some help. And I think if the Colts see and they keep on winning, they're going to say, you know what? If they win this upcoming weekend, I can't remember who they play, but if they win their next game, they have to be thinking, okay, we have to go all in. And they play, the Tennessee Titans 26th. Yeah, that's this Sunday. The Tennessee Titans, and then they play the Steelers, and then it's a trade deadline. They win those two games, and they'll
be 7-1.
They'd be 8-1. If they're 8-1, you have to go into that trade deadline and say, F it. Let's go get a go trade with, I think go trade with Miami, bring in a pass rusher, or go trade for a cornerback. See who has cornerbacks available and bring in a legit. Oh no, but you can't trade with the Titans. I'd be surprised if the Titans would trade with them.
The Bengals or the Browns traded for a quarterback.
Yeah,
You never know.
And I think they're done playing the Titans. Yeah, they're done playing the Titans after this. So it's not like you're going to see them the rest of the way. So who the hell cares there? But we'll see. Again, I was just really impressed with the details of the Colts. I think they're a very good team. I do think that they could beat the Chiefs. I don't know if in the playoffs. I think in a couple of weeks they can beat them, but I don't know about in the playoffs. But they're just they're a special, unique team, and I think they're very, very well coached. And Shane Steichen goes from hot seat to possibly, and I think right now they should just award him Coach of the Year, because he just saved his job, and I'm sure if he gets this team in the playoffs, he's going to get a contract extension. So I'm really excited for Shane Steichen, who's always been nice to me. So and that's as a cheese eating bastard tells me, and that's all that matters. So always been great, and definitely happy for him, and hopefully the Colts can get jump started. I know they got screwed in a sense a couple of years ago when Andrew Luck. Everybody thought Andrew Luck was going to be there until 2030, 2035. And And now they've been looking for a quarterback. They go Phillip Rivers, they go Carson Wentz, they go Anthony Richardson. They try and look for a quarterback, and now they have one in Jacoby Brissett also, and now they have one in. It looks like in Danny Dimes, who went to quarterback rehab last year, and looks like he is ready to go. So Fernando's not so batshit crazy, is he? When he talks about quarterback rehab, and some quarterbacks needing to go through it. So. But yeah, that team is damn good. They're damn well coached. That's why what's the defensive coordinator Lou and
Adarumo.
He got bounced by the Bengals, and look at the way. I mean, obviously the defense isn't that completely up to par, but they're still good. Hit Justin Herbert 15 times and sacked him 3, with DeForest Buckner sacking him twice. So sorry that was long-winded, but I do think that these guys are a damn good football team.
Yeah, I thought that last point about Lou Adarumo, especially in the playoffs, he could be big for you. We saw what he did with the Bengals when he didn't have that much talent. So
and he played against the Chiefs before.
Yep, exactly. And he's been able to stop Mahomes. So that's something to kind of keep in mind as we go forward. But good show here, and I'll let you guys finish it up here, so that way we can let Gilbert go and watch some a doubleheader tonight.
Gilbert's excited. On Thursday, he gets to watch the slap boxing that Tyler Dragon and I do during games, where he gives me all these teams that are so freaking good, and then I slap them down and say ass. We play the ass game. I say ass. So Gilbert, you'll have fun with that one. But
for the people who don't like the big surprises, like they're probably looking at the AFC and thinking like, "Oh, I did not see that coming." Colts, Jaguars,
he is not happy with what's going on right now, and his beloved Ravens have completely fallen off. Shit, what's the name didn't even practice today? Lamar. So that's going to be interesting to see if they can do that. But
I kind of want them to go away now. I'm okay with these surprise teams. I'm all in with that. Except the Steelers. Get out of here. Get out of my life, Steelers.
We appreciate you guys so much. You guys are the best. We will get into some more stuff tomorrow. We didn't talk about him today, but we'll talk about him tomorrow. We got to get into Joe Flacco and talk about the performance that he had. So we'll get into that tomorrow. I'm interested to see what your guys' thoughts are on them. And we got 2 Monday Night Football games starting right now with the Bucks and the Lions. My Bucks against Hilberto and Dan's. They have they're co-parents of the Detroit Lions.
Hey,
so
whoever wins this matchup it might be the new wins leaders for my simple math in my head, but we'll find. I don't know. Victor hasn't done the count yet, but I think it might be. I had a good weekend.
Angel, good question. So unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to do one. Dan's schedule is completely packed. I have some other stuff I got going on. We'll let you know tomorrow on the 4 Compas. We'll let you know, but yeah, it's a big week for Dan when it comes to football or high school football wise. So we'll let you guys know though tomorrow. Definitely appreciate it. And all right, we need more shows during the week. 3 is not enough. Are you kidding? We have 4 days: Sundays after the game, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We have a lot. So I love this one. Have Hilberto help.
I got a lot myself, but
there you go.
Ask me tomorrow, Tuesday evening, to see how I'm doing. But right now, I can't commit.
Okay. Appreciate you guys so much. You guys are the best. Have a good one. Gilbert, why don't you get us out of here?
Yeah, let's get out of here. Enjoy Monday Night Football. Good one. Who's gonna stay up for freaking
Gilbert?
Seahawks,
they want
Texans?
You every day.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Show every day. I think that's more for you, Fernando, than me. But enjoy a doubleheader tonight. Please, no more doubleheaders. I hope it's the last one for Monday Night Football. But it's time to get going. And nos vamos, pues. Vámonos.